Hello, everyone. This is Kathleen Reitz, and I am back after a long break. And today I have an abstract painting warm-up exercise for you, inspired by nature's color palette. I'm using acrylic paints, and the colors that I'm using are titanium white, carbon black, phthalo cyanine green, raw umber, lemon yellow, and transparent burnt sienna. And I will also list the colors in the description box underneath the video so that you can refer back to them if you want to try this exercise for yourself. So you've probably seen me do these exercises before in other videos. I really enjoy doing them before I create my abstract artwork. Oftentimes I will experiment with colors, doing some simple color mixing studies and adding the swatches into my sketchbook so that if I do like these color palettes, I can always go back to them, refer back to them in the future, and perhaps use them for other paintings. I do want to say that it's really good to be back. I'm hoping to be more consistent now in putting out fresh content. I did take the summer off. My husband is also an artist, and we were doing the outdoor art shows after I released my Catalyst Wedge floral art course in the spring. Book ended by my big, bold, and beautiful abstract intuitive art course that I just released a couple of weeks ago. So life has been pretty busy, but I am very happy to be back, and I hope to start posting a little bit more consistently on my channel. So back to my lesson. The thing that I think is really important about doing this sort of color mixing exercise before painting is that it allows me to see if my colors all work well together, and then I know what to expect when I move on to my final painting. It also allows me to harmonize my color palette because I am mixing the colors that I'm mixing are all within this limited color palette. So none of my colors are trying to choke out any of the other colors within the palette. They all look very agreeable and harmonized as a grouping of colors. And so now I can somewhat predict what they are going to look like in my final painting. Sometimes I mix colors and they don't work well together, and I'd rather find that out beforehand before I go to paint my painting. I don't do a lot of planning when it comes to painting, but my color palettes are something I don't compromise on. It's too important for the final outcome of my painting, and harmonizing your color palette like this will give you a much more successful, professional looking outcome. Now that I've finished the swatches in my sketchbook, I'm going to move on to the painting portion of the demo. So for this, I have a pad of acrylic paper, and I have treated the paper with acrylic gel medium. You can also use matte medium. This is gloss medium, but the surface is very slick, so maybe you prefer a matte finish. And then I used drafting tape and I divided my page into 4 quadrants and taped that off. And here I have brushes and my catalyst wedge and of course my color palette that I'm going to refer to as I paint. And just a note before I begin, I did prepare my paper ahead of time so that gel medium is dry. It is not wet. And at this stage, I'm just getting paint down on my pad. I'm not going to be painting these 4 quadrants as separate paintings. I'm going to be treating the entire surface as one big painting. And in the end, this video, you'll see why. But at this point, as I said, I just want to get paint down. I don't care if it's transparent. I don't care what it looks like. This is all about building up layers. And so at this point, I just need to get some paint down on my pad of paper. Also note that at this point, I'm working wet into wet. So as I am applying more paint on the surface of my paper, it is mixing with the other paint color that I have down. I don't mind that much. I'm not going to blend it too much because I don't want to make mud. So there's going to come a point, a couple of times in this video, where I'm going to need to dry the surface of my paper before I move on, or I will make mud. So I just also want to add that the purpose of this exercise is to get you to loosen up. This is not a time to get caught up in the details. Those can come later, but I want you to focus on creating a variety of sizes of shapes, different kinds of shapes. Use your entire arm to move the paint around and vary the heaviness of your lines. I did take a short break to dry these initial layers with a hairdryer. So now I'm going in with some wet paint that's pretty transparent. And again, this is all about layering. So I'm going to try and get an interesting effect here by blotting the paint with my paper towel. And you can see it leaves a little bit of a pattern in the paint. The paint felt a little bit heavy and harsh to me, so I want to get some of that off of my painting before I move on. Now I'm switching to a small round brush so I can make some thinner lines. If you're enjoying this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can also hit the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I put out a new video. I do like to use the handle of my brush sometimes to scratch out lines in my wet paint, and that gives kind of a fun effect. And here I have part of a paper towel roll that I've cut, and I'm dipping it now into my paint so I can get some other interesting lines and marks on my painting. Just a note here about phthalo cyanine green. It is a very intense green. It's a very cool color. So I need to tone it down. I always tone it down with other colors. And so I've mixed a little bit of the sienna in with it, and that will calm it down and make it more agreeable with my color palette. And I forgot to mention it because I'm actually not doing it in this video, but if you tend to have the habit of all your brush strokes going in the same direction, sometimes it really helps to turn your canvas or your paper pad around so you're approaching it from a different angle so that your shapes and lines are not all going in one direction. I know a lot of artists have that habit and it's a hard habit to break, but one thing that will help a lot is if you turn your canvas. I also want to mention that I could have stopped already, and you can certainly stop anytime you want with this sort of painting. I'm just having a lot of fun with it, and so I want to keep going. I'm actually really loving these colors, but I am coming into the home stretch here. And I also forgot to mention that I did take a break and dry my painting with a hair dryer at another point. So that's why I am able to paint on top of this underpainting without making mud. So very important step to do in this process. Now I'm coming in with my paper towel roll again to make a few more marks on my painting. And finally, I'm going to add some larger shapes and smooth things out a little bit with my catalyst wedge. So here's what my painting looks like. I know there was a little bit of a glare on it, so I wanted you to see what it looks like. And here I have dried it with a hair dryer, and I am back now to pull off the drafting tape. And it's a good idea to not only use the hair dryer to dry your paint before doing this, but it also warms up the tape to make it easier to remove. And here I have carefully cut my large painting into 4 small paintings using an X-Acto knife. And you can see how interesting each one of these looks now. I do like how these turned out, but in hindsight, I wish I had added a little bit more of a saturated orange as well as maybe a little bit more saturated green. Now I'm going to go in though with a little bit of transparent gold paint, and these paintings, like I said, are dry, and so I'm just going to add some interesting lines directly on top of each painting just to give it a little bit of sparkle. I think this is kind of a fun effect here. As I'm finishing up here, I did want to mention that the best way to keep up to date on what I've got going on in my art practice is to join my newsletter. So I will leave the link to that in the description below this video. I will also put a link to my online courses, and you can find out more information on all of my courses, including my 2 latest courses at those links. And I thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this demo. If you have any questions, of course, leave them in the comment section for me. I do try to answer every question. Thank you so much for watching, and happy painting!